got a new link. We're gonna send it out to everybody right now.
Okay.
That's why I say he needs to go on and say.
He is, and then we're gonna do one on Houston too.
Yes.
We have time afterwards before the
together.
vision board start, then I definitely wanna share.
I'm gonna
I
send y'all
think you guys
a
should do
link.
that together. Okay. That would be
Do it
perfect.
together.
It's all media. It's together.
Okay.
But real quick, did you send it to me already?
Yeah, I
It's
sent it to
long,
you.
it's in there. It's really long on the back of the,
Yeah.
Thank you.
unit. Okay, all right, well, thank you all for coming out. The training today is gonna be on getting to know you, primarily about, strengths versus weaknesses, okay? Nice that I cut it on, huh? All right, so this is the introduction. How we're gonna start off first is, each person state your name, why you joined Paycation, not long drawn out, just 1 or 2 words why you joined Paycation. What doubts or fears did you have about joining the business at the very beginning? And what motivated you to join the business despite your doubts and fears? So I'm gonna start and kind of give you an example. I'm Tawana Houston. I joined Paycation primarily for the taxes. My fear was public speaking. So I just knew with network marketing, you always see people where? In the front of the room. So I felt like it was something mandatory, so that's what terrified me about ever getting involved in network marketing. And what motivated me to join the business, regardless, I had a family member that was doing it. So I knew that this was something that she was good at, and I knew it made money, so I just joined the business. What kept me in it was my mentor, William Thurston. He presented for me for like a year until I got the hang of it. And then after a while, I was able to do it myself. So that's how I attack my business. So I just want you to kind of go around and share that. Starting with you, let's go.
My name is Marie Richards.
Stand up, I think everybody needs to get in front of the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta look right at your laptop.
Right in the room. People, they want to see. Come on now.
Hey, Tosh. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Marie Richards. I joined Paycation because I joined it for the taxes, and I joined it because I was tired of working for corporate America. And so,
It's a cheat sheet right here.
can we like get for it?
Okay.
All right. My fears was actually not being sure about this business and investing money into something that I was really unsure about. But I got over that by I hate that thing right there. What did you do? Y'all gotta erase that. Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Can y'all erase that?
No,
Oh God, I'm sorry, guys.
It's on the internet forever.
My name is Elisa Davis. I joined Paycation to help others. I'm a school teacher. I help others anyway with the babies. And I also train adults at my school and in my county. So I also help people with doubts, my fears. I've joined the business at the time, seeing that I had an overflowing plate that's very similar to Golden Corral's plates. I didn't really have the time. Like, we don't have time to travel, I had time to share the opportunity. So the time was it for me. What motivated me to join the business despite my fears, watching this one right here on Facebook. I was like, okay, she has kids, she has a husband, how is she doing it? And how is she making all this money? So pretty much that's what motivated me. I think I followed her and said I was gonna join like 3 or 4 months. 4 months. 4 months, so she knows. She didn't pressure, she left me alone. And finally, December 31st, I said, before midnight tomorrow, let's do this. It was like 10:30 a.m. We did it. So that's that.
Okay.
I gotta make up something.
Speak from the heart. Speak from the heart.
My name is Benita Reddy. I joined Paycation for the taxes, and I was once a travel agent. I thought it was a good deal. Doubts and fears is talking to different new people. and what motivated me to join in spite of the tax breaks.
Thank you. Smile. Miss Cheryl in the house.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Cheryl Biggs. And why I joined Paycation is very funny. Because if my husband came home one more time and said Sunday's name, I was gonna kill him. And then I came to a meeting and Sunday was just the most pleasant person I had ever met in my life. And we traveled all the time. So when I found out how much money I was leaving on the table, that sounded like a good deal to me. So I figured, let me take some of my money back. The doubts and fears that I had about joining the business are a couple of them. One is self-motivating myself to work for myself instead of working for other people. I'm in the medical field, so I work really hard to make doctors a whole lot of money. And I'm sick of it now. So that was one of the doubts and fears I had about taking that same thing for somebody else and doing it for myself. And it's the same thing that's motivating me to do it now is I have to cross some hurdles. So that's why I'm here today. And now try and do that for myself.
Thank you. Antonio.
Me?
Only one.
I used to run the room.
I was trying to jet out my trigger to call somebody else. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, I go inside. No, that's all I know. So, yeah, my name is Antonio. Why I joined Paycation, it was pretty simple. It fit into my lifestyle. So like Cheryl, we traveled a lot and we wanted to travel more and we wanted to be able to leverage that travel as much as we could from a business standpoint and make some more money. So that part was a no-brainer. Which leads into the fears. Really didn't have any fears. I just had doubts about network marketing because I was listening to other people and what they said about network marketing. But once I got it, I saw it, and I think that's the next question. What motivates you to join the business despite the doubt? Once I saw it, I had never sat down and given anyone my time to show me a presentation. So once I did, I saw the presentation with Tawana. It fit into my lifestyle. It was a no-brainer. We signed up the first day.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on, Mika.
My name is Tamika Truitt. Why I joined Paycation so that me and my kids could travel more and save money on vacations. My doubts and fears, one is public speaking and being in front of a group. What motivated me was just seeing people on Facebook like yourself and Alyssa and Leah Moore. She's one of my friends, and just seeing that they're traveling and making money, that is what motivated me to get started.
All right. You catch your name. Oh, Sunday, while you're right here, right there.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey. My name is Sunday Chandler. Why Paycation? I wanted to make some extra money. What are my doubts and fears? I hate public speaking. I'm great with one-on-ones. I don't like standing up in front of the room. And I still don't like that. What motivates me? What was my motivation for joining? At the time, what I was doing wasn't working. And I had to make a decision to kind of step out of my own comfort zone and embrace my fears. And that's what it is.
All right.
Like that.
No, this one.
Yeah.
Just look at this as the first opportunity to be in front of folks so you can start to your patients. Break the ice. Break the ice.
My name is Danica Osiande. I mostly go by High Tower though, so you see me around.
Hey, on Facebook.
Okay. Hey.
I didn't even know who you were. Wow, it's so good. We've been corresponding for almost a year, and we've never met.
Wow.
There's the love, baby.
Wow. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Start again, because I didn't hear you.
Danica, my last name is technically Osiande, but I only use Hightower
On Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see, why did I join Vacation? I used to be a travel agent, so I knew the benefits of traveling, and I just love doing it. And I've actually been in network marketing since I was 18. So just, it's been what, 20 something years. So I knew the benefit. It's just finding the right company for me. Let's see, the doubts and fears I had about joining a business. Well, more so for me, it was, okay, am I gonna join another company and not perform well? So because I know how wonderful travel is and the comp plan for vacation is like phenomenal, I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to stick with, even though it's been like very, very difficult for me. I said, no, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to keep pressing and, just let God use me and do what I need to do. So no matter what happens this year, I was like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep doing it. And that's basically what motivated me to join. Sunday is always like, texting me, just keeping me motivated. I see the things that you're doing. I see the things that Alicia is doing and JC. So like I watch everybody because I'm always like looking, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to pick up, and just trying to keep myself encouraged, because when you don't have it, you're like, what's next? But it's been a blessing so far, just getting all my strengths together and just, being around motivating people. So.
I heard that word, strength. All right, Tasha. Our graphic designer is coming on up. Can we get a drum roll?
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Tasha.
Hey, my name is Tasha. Why did I join Vacation? I accepted a position with Clorox, a permanent position with Clorox in 2014, which put me in a totally different tax bracket than I had ever been in before. So I called my daughter's cousin and I asked him, who's a tax professional, who's now in the business, what did I need to do? And he told me that you need to get a home-based business. I said, well, I do my graphic designs out of my house. He said, your overhead, is it consistent? I said, no. He said, well, really and truly, the IRS looks at what you're doing as a hobby and not as a true home-based business. So one, being that I was going to be in a different tax bracket, and then two, because what I was already doing was not going to benefit me the way that I thought that it would. What doubts and fears did I have about joining? I didn't have any. I had a family member who was in another project, another travel project, who had introduced that to me years ago. I said, okay, and just left it on the back burner. But after talking with Terry and him telling me I needed to get into a home-based business, I picked up the phone. No, I texted Ivy at 1:30 on a Thursday morning and said, I'm ready. And so I didn't have any doubts and fears. I just needed to find something. And travel is something that I have not done a lot of, but it's something that I wanted to start doing. What motivated me to join the business, that was it, the taxes. But then also I have 4 beautiful girls that I can't say they call on mama for money, but I do want to be able to position myself to be able to take them places that we've never been before.
All right, thank you.
Sharita, the queen.
That's right.
Let's give Rita a hand. She's just a regional executive.
Hi, I'm Sharita. #JustRead. Why I joined Vacation? Because, my husband and I went to New Orleans, and Jamal had sent me the link and we looked at it, and we were walking back from New Orleans, and he just squeezed my hand and said, I know I don't want to leave either. And so we got kind of like fell in love with going places and learning stuff. So my doubts and fears, that I wouldn't get like support. Because I've always had my hand in a lot of stuff. Like I was looking on my Facebook and I saw like in 2009, I had my coworkers wearing these scarves because I didn't crochet, and so I was like selling scarves, and I was doing makeup, and then, you know, I think people look at that like she don't know what she want to do. She's always doing this and that and the other, but I began to see it as evolving. She need to try things.
Right.
What motivated me? Well, I think the motivated part came from seeing how happy my husband and I were together when we travel. We travel like really well together. He packs this, I pack that, and it's fun. And we always, you know, just find good deals. But I think that I was just like, whatever. People are either gonna like me or not, whatever. I'm gonna do it. Sticking with it. That's it.
Okay. JC.
I'm last, I'll be last.
Don't go now, you wanna be long.
I'm presenting with you, so I'm just making myself last.
Okay.
I guess I'm first.
Go on, girl.
You know, I ain't scared to get up.
Just delete my part.
I mean, I'm a bit nervous, yeah, but it's not, you know.
Bridget. Okay, I'm Bridget.
Hey,
I joined Vacation because I do. I joined Vacation because I needed something different to do. I was tired of going to work, so I stopped working.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man.
And my husband supported me with doing it.
Right.
My doubts and fears were, I have a hard time trying to talk to people. Dealing with certain things, like trying to network marketing was like something that was just, I didn't think I could do it. But what motivated me was because I like a challenge. So I was like, I'm just gonna get in here and I'm gonna do it. And I've been doing it. So
That's
I'm
right.
making it happen.
And congrats on your trip.
Yeah, by the way, she's a great partner to partner up with plus trips.
Hey y'all, hola, 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 hola.
¿Cómo está?
Hi Michelle, Michelle.
There we go.
Hello, for those of you that don't know me. My name is Jasmine Oliver. On Facebook, you know me as JJC Oliver and the red hair. I joined Vacation because I, like a few of you, have been in several different home-based businesses, and I don't have children, so I was trying to offset my taxes, and I did want to travel more and just didn't have the money to do so. So this lovely lady harassed me on a lunch break and made me go in and look at video, and like literally 10 minutes into the video, it made so much sense to me. I didn't even look at the network marketing side, I just looked at the travel side, and that convinced me. So I was in right, I think I was the first one, right?
Yeah, you thought you were the third.
Well, no, I was the second one, because I moved up to first. Anyway, positioning is everything still. Anyway, I tell you why I joined Vacation. I did that because I wanted to travel more. But once I got in and I really saw the full presentation, because I've had a problem with network marketing. I didn't want to talk to people and try to convince them to buy this, that, or the other. I shied away from it. And that was part of my doubts and my fears, rejection part. Having people tell me, yeah, it's that thing, it's that pyramid, it's that, I didn't want to hear none of that. But again, in coming to meetings, if you guys don't come enough, you need to come because it helps, I promise. And the self-development videos, watching all the leaders, watching all the entrepreneurs, it really helps because it builds your self-confidence and it helps build your posture and it makes you look more confident when you go up and talk to somebody. And again, at this point now, people reject or discourage, try to discourage, and I'd be like, shoe fly shoe, because I'm in a whole nother state. And this business hasn't done just money for me or travel, it's grown me as a person. And I think that's the thing that I appreciate the most. And then the circle that I'm surrounded with, we all want to see each other prosper and succeed. So that definitely drives me to continue to come to these meetings and, you know, all that good stuff.
All right, JC. Okay, before we go to the next slide, the reason why this training topic was chosen in the first place is because I notice a lot of people fall off because they feel like they can't get to the next level because of some type of weakness that they have. They're like, okay, I don't like to be in front of the room, so I'm just gonna give up. I don't feel comfortable talking to strangers, so I'm just gonna give up. Or I don't know how to market my business to get those travel clients, so I give up. So the purpose of this is to show everybody that, because we're programmed to focus on trying to strengthen our weaknesses and not so much as trying to capitalize on our strengths. But if you learn to work together as a team, you'll realize that you're not supposed to know everything. Whatever your weaknesses are, it's going to be somebody's strength around you. But if you're that person that just likes to be to yourself and don't like working with others, then you're always going to give up. But if you come to the meetings and surround yourself around like-minded people, I promise you, you're going to meet somebody there that says, man, like Antonio, I love being in front of the room. You can tell Antonio's a natural. But if you're not here to know he's a natural, you wouldn't know to partner with him. You may be that person that markets your butt off and can fill up a room, but he can't. He loves speaking, but he can't fill the room up. But if y'all work together, you can fill the room up. He can speak. He can't speak to an empty room, right? So you gotta work together as a team to learn what each other's strengths and weaknesses are, so that it's just gonna make us stronger as a group instead of everybody being so distant and to themselves. Okay? All right. Okay, strength versus weaknesses. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses can help you stabilize your personal life and business. Again, this is not just about vacation, it's life, period, okay? Self-knowledge is a powerful tool that too many people disregard because it's difficult or inconvenient, or perhaps it makes them feel uncomfortable. That's, again, stepping outside of your comfort zone. One person's weakness is another person's strength. Teams are stronger than individuals. Okay? Let's watch this real quick on my new laptop.
Thank you, vacation.
I think a lot of folks have more of a tendency to focus on their weaknesses than strengths. So once you move past that initial part of identifying what your strengths are, being able to capitalize on them is definitely something that would be beneficial.
A lot of times we are very self-critical and we can look for the negative and identify our weaknesses much easier than we do our strengths. But I think it's important to identify those strengths so that way we know what can get us through some of these hard times or challenging times.
And we want to basically put you in a position where you understand that being vulnerable is not a bad thing. That you can come to me and we can grow you in those areas that you need growth, because we've already capitalized on your strength and we've built that trust.
Basically, if something doesn't go my way, I just keep attacking it. I readdress. If I can't get it from the left, I try it from the right.
I think one of the big strengths that I have is I can celebrate a person's strengths. And I do it all the time. I thank them. I write letters to them, things like that.
You know, we enlist individuals into our United States Air Force that have a lot of life experiences. I mean, think about it, you can be 40 and join the Air Force now. Some are married, some have older kids, some have had financial success, some have hit rock bottom, some are educated. What we see in work centers throughout the Air Force is that everybody has a story and everybody has characteristics that traditionally people don't understand.
I believe capitalizing on strengths means who gets the best me. So I focus on my strengths to become that better leader, and I have airmen around me that are outstanding, that counter my weaknesses.
And you're able to, if I have a situation that I have to give one of my NCOs that is very tedious and very meticulous, I'm not going to give it to somebody that I know is horrible at the ins and outs of things, you know. And but I have another NCO that is very meticulous, I'm going to give that to them.
Research has showed us that individuals that we put in positions that capitalize on their strengths are more productive, they're more efficient, they have better impact in what they do, and they're happier and they're more resilient.
In turn, when I get the best airmen, I'm getting the best them. So we kind of complement each other. We have like I said, a well-balanced team.
And that's the goal of what we want in Capitalize Your Strength, is working together. Because now I can connect you with individuals, and in doing that, you're gonna learn what they learn. And we're gonna grow, and we're gonna be stronger as an Air Force.
I believe Mother Teresa said, I can do what you cannot do. You can do what I cannot do. Together we can do great things.
What do y'all think of that video?
Great. It's good.
Okay, so this is just volunteers, we're gonna go all around the room, but what did you get out of that video? What was the main?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And what should you primarily be focused on?
Your strength.
Your strength.
Your strengths, and why not your weaknesses?
Sturdy to the point where it'll get you.
Yeah.
Like, just think about it, like New Year's resolutions. Just think about your New Year's resolution. Like, a lot of times it's losing weight.
It's always on the.
It's something on your weakness, right? Never, like my mother even told me, like New Year's resolutions for me, it's more like, I said, okay, your resolution's always been to do better than the year before, financially. That's been that. But you're capitalizing on something that you're already strong at, right? But if every year you're going into, I'm going to, work on a weakness, you're going to keep repeating it every single year. You're not making yourself a stronger person at all. So the goal is to capitalize on your strengths and surround yourself around people so that you'll know, so they can help you grow. A prime example, Alyssa, I'm going to put you on the spot. Alyssa and my cousin Michelle. I didn't realize my cousin was booking a lot of travel. She never posted it. And Alyssa posted all the time. So anytime I got an inquiry about travel, I'm sorry. Hey, Michelle. Anytime I got an inquiry about travel, I would send it to Alyssa because I knew that she was serious about booking travel. I knew this is something that she did all the time. That was a strength in my eye. Once I realized that somebody else was booking travel, and I started sending them to Michelle. But my point is, if you're so focused on your weaknesses, that's what people see. If you're not, I guess, making it known that you're strong in a certain area, then people aren't going to gravitate to you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to appear to be weak. Just like a dog, they say they can smell your fear. It's the same with people. If they're not joining forces with you, then 9 times out of 10, because you're showing them your weakness. I said they need to see that you're strong 100% of the time. Okay? All right. And basically it says, are you fixing your weaknesses or are you building your strengths? Okay, quick activity, you are. So what we're gonna do is, I just want really quick, just one weakness. If you got 20 of them, just pick one. Okay?
Right mind, I already know.
But we're gonna go. Hold on.
Come on, it's in my mind.
So I just come up to the board, just write one. One weakness.
You see, I ain't scared now to write what mine is.
What if it's already on the board? Whoops. If it's already up there, don't worry about it.
Find another one. You got another one.
Put one up there. My doctor's handwriting.
Oh, Lord.
Terrible. I'm gonna
Everybody
concentrate.
worse than my mom.
While you guys are writing your, this young man that walked in, is this, your partner's husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm doing well.
welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Good. When are your partners, people?
Good.
That's me right
Oh,
there. I
you took
haven't
mine.
done
I
it
want
yet.
the kids. You
Still
took
haven't done
mine.
it.
I know you got another.
They're gonna fight over it.
You got a lot of strength.
You're so awesome. Go ahead. He took mine. Let me regroup here. I love talking to strangers. I don't like.
That's why I've never talked to a
Isn't
stranger
that
in
something?
business yet.
Yeah, I could talk to strangers, the same thing as just incorporating the conversation of the that makes it difficult.
That's a really good. Any more?
Oh, yeah, I definitely had that. That's a good, we come a lot.
Procrastination is a really good one. Come on, Tasha. You good? Sharita?
But it's up there now. I think it's something.
Okay.
All mine up there.
You put one beside it.
Yeah, we should organize. Michelle and Nichelle, go on and text me your weakness. I can put it up there. They're online. They're watching us. So
you know what? You don't like talking to strangers?
No, I would just, just in general,
Oh.
weaknesses that.
They say no. Oh.
But I always got something else to tell them.
Oh, you don't like standing?
I talk about the business to everybody. It's my passion. I don't like to stand up in front of the room.
Self-motivation.
Public speaking.
that was one of mine
But
too. Procrastination was good for mine. Was me.
If
I
I
focused
go
on a lot
out
of that.
and this
I'm
group
gonna try to
of people
talk
there,
them into
I start talking about it.
procrastination. Get her to do this. Get a calendar. It
Oh,
helps.
she's talking about linking together?
I already know the strengths of.
That would be.
There's not one up there, but
Yeah.
it's not mine.
Okay.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
But if you're
That's a
gonna
great
talk on it,
strength.
this is what I think everyone would benefit.
Okay.
Saying to what?
If I even let you talk
Oh,
on it, girl. Asking for help.
Michelle's crazy. So my
Yes.
man, I'm getting called out.
I'm trying to think of something
Michelle
else.
to my man, I'm getting called out. Yes, you are, girl.
Oh, I know.
I like this show.
I tell you, it's perfect.
For out of town women.
Yeah, exactly.
Confidence when I'm not there yet. Make it till you make it.
Okay, I got one from Nichelle from South Carolina. You're the unknown.
Who in South Carolina? Oh, you're. Oh, I thought you were talking about Michelle.
This is from South Carolina. Mr. Fleming, I haven't seen you come up yet.
I couldn't say too much, saying too much.
Oh. Anybody else? Bridget. Okay, anybody else?
Okay, so I'm gonna read them out, and then we're gonna do this quick activity, okay? First one, rejection, public speaking, talking to strangers, procrastination, disorganized, letting people go after they say no. I like that one. Self-motivation, saying too much, asking for help, confidence when I'm not there yet, follow through, fear of the unknown. Was this the one you put up, fear of the unknown?
No, that was me. I just put that one up for South Carolina.
Yeah, that's easy. You put follow through, yeah, I'll get you. Right there. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do, starting with this first one. Rejection. Who feels like they're strong with dealing with rejection?
I've grown with it.
I've
That
grown,
was-
yes, I've
rejection,
grown with
though.
it too. I've grown.
But are you, okay, when you ask for these weaknesses, are you asking of something that we're currently dealing with or something that, because that was my fear in the beginning.
Yeah,
Now I'm
mine
like,
too.
If
Right.
you're good with it now, but we're talking about current state, not what you went through at the beginning.
Oh,
So-
current state.
I guess I'm wrong there.
I'm okay with that now.
So you're okay with it now? My
Rejection
point is,
now. I wasn't
what we're
before.
doing is, if it's your weakness, we're finding
partnering
somebody, you're partnering you up with somebody in here that's strong in that area.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
So if you're strong in this area, and who put rejection?
Me.
Or maybe can define what you mean by it. So pretty much.
Well, my fear was, like I said, talking to people and them telling me no, and me having to convince them. That's what I felt like I had to do. So just no, it's one of them things. No, I don't want to pay the monthly. No, I don't want to deal with a pyramid. That's the rejection I was scared of. I don't have a problem talking to people, but it was just getting that kind of feedback.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're strong with rebuttals? Because a lot of times that goes hand in hand.
I've
It's
gotten
the
better
rejection
with
may
that.
not be
I think I'm
a
strong.
rejection,
I'm
it's
strong
just
with
you may
rebuttals.
be weak with rebuttals.
Well, I was weak with the rebuttals in the beginning because I didn't know enough about the business to be able to rebut. But now I feel a lot stronger with it because I'm more active. I come to the meetings, so I know how to counter those rejections.
Which would go with his talking too much. So
That too.
he is talking too much. So they
That's
all
where
gonna tie
PS3
in
comes in,
together.
too.
Mm-hmm.
That's where PS3 comes in too, with the new people that's afraid of rejection and things like that. PS3 is a way to remove yourself out of the situation and allow the upline to kind of assist you.
Because normally you are, every blue moon you get a true no. A true no, you hardly ever.
She wanted to know what is PS3.
The fourth, that's you on the fourth system thing. Yeah. So, a lot of times the word we put on here isn't the true weakness.
Yeah.
Rejection comes with, this is a part of life. And I just know from my experience with this business is rejection you rarely deal with a flat out no. Either you approach the person incorrectly, you didn't follow the system that's in place, you talk too much, you didn't have a rebuttal in place, so as soon as they said something, you probably shut down or something like that. So it's just, you know, digging deep and finding out the real reason why the person rejected you. But link with somebody you know. So instead of talking so much, if you got a rejection right then and there, 9 times out of 10 you talk too much.
Yeah.
You said too much in the first place. So if you just pique their interest, get them attracted to it, then find something to show them, whether it's the call, a video, or whatever it is, and then get them on the phone with your upline. If you do it in the correct steps, then I doubt you're going to come across rejection unless the person just flat out just doesn't want to be involved in it. Okay? So you just find somebody. So for example, Jasmine, you got that thing close up, or did I walk?
You moved up on
okay.
it.
So if this is your fear here,
see, she walking up on
make sure you aren't talking too much, and make sure that you're using the people within your organization to speak for you and not trying to do it all yourself. Okay? Public speaking. I could speak on that one all day long.
It was me. I said that.
That's my biggest fear. And the crazy thing about it is I've always been a trainer.
Yep.
Always been a trainer. But for me, I'm not the one to be in the front with all the jokes and I don't have a lot of personality when it comes to being in front of the room. I like to coach and teach. So as long as I feel like I'm training, I'll be fine in front of the room. But if that travel part of the presentation, y'all, I can't stand it. I love the comp plan because it's more serious. It's about the money. I can be me.
Yeah.
The travel part, I just feel like I have to,
personality.
you know, my personality has to change. I feel like I'm changing who I am on that part. But instead of me saying, because I sat in the business 3-4 months, didn't do anything. I went to a meeting. That's when I met William Thurston. He made a comment in his meeting, find a mentor. I had never seen a presentation before, so I was like, okay, I can do this here. He said, find a mentor. I can find me a mentor. And I reached out to him on Facebook. And he's been mentoring me since then. He did all my presentations for me. He just said, fill up the room. I can do that. I was a likable person. I love social media. So I was able to get the people there, but he did all the talking for me. I'm that person that likes to interject. I'm not sure if y'all understand, but during presentations, I love to talk. I just don't like to be the center of attention. I'm that behind the scenes person that likes to talk when I feel like I have something to say, not just being up here the whole time. So if you, I'm like that too. But if public speaking is your thing, find some partner with somebody. Just say you have your own meeting that you started. One likes to speak. The other one, like I said, example I gave earlier, is more loves the marketing side of it. Then let that person do that and help fill up the room and let them help you or teach you a little bit about how to do it. And then you focus on the public speaking part. But don't not have weekly meetings. Don't not attend or try to grow yourself because you feel like you're weak in that area. Okay, so who likes public speaking? You don't like it? Antonio? And you like it, right? What side of town are you on?
I'm in Stone Mountain.
You're in Stone Mountain. Have you presented yet?
I did nothing.
Nothing? So what's keeping you from doing it?
Because I didn't really know anybody. Because I worked from home like the first 10 months that I lived here.
Okay.
And most of my people are back home, so I didn't really know anyone here. And I kept saying if I can't be in their face, it doesn't make sense.
Well, perfect. That's what this is here for. Okay. So if you want to get to the point where you want to learn how to present, because your team will grow when they see you in front of the room. It will grow overnight when they see when them pictures on Facebook and you in front of the room, them flyers have your face on it. That's when your team is going to really move. Okay.
Well,
so we got 2 people in here that love to stand in front of the room.
Mine doing it.
I can do it.
This is prime example right here.
Depends on what it is. Like just like you said, you might like the comp plan. I'm more like the personality part.
Yeah, me too.
That's me. You like the travel part.
Yeah.
You can split it up. And then I'm a how can I put it? I'm a perfectionist. Okay, so just knowing that the people in the audience is out there critiquing me, and I'm like, what are they saying in their head?
Mhm.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I be going
Right.
through when I'm up there. I'm like, what are they thinking? Like right now, Sharita looking at me like, what the hell? So like, I'm just kidding.
Keep on walking up on the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just did that for
It's like she was saying, once I get to the point where I know the coupling back and forth, so I go through it online and stuff like that, then I won't have a problem with it. But the other part, I can ad lib, I can, everybody knows travel, that part, but for me, it's making sure I don't mess up the business, you know what I'm saying? That's in my mind. Like,
The money
I don't want to
side.
mess it up to where I said something wrong and I turn somebody off. So until I can get to that point, which that's what I'm practicing on, like the comp plan, I can do the other part of it.
He's like, and it's funny, I cannot stand that trying.
And just to I'm communicating with our Michelle. Michelle says that's her with the webinar. She's better in front of a room than behind the scenes on a webinar.
Which I
She'd
thought
rather
that
be in
was the
front of a room.
oddest thing. Like
Yes,
she
it
prefers
is.
to be in a room.
Yeah, she does.
In front of people instead of
The
doing
technology. She feeds off of the
And
audience.
the technology.
Like, have you ever noticed William Billy Thurston when he's in the room? If it's a small crowd, he doesn't do as well as he do when it's a huge room.
Yes, 'cause
he
he
feeds
feeds
off
off-
of energy. Some people just like that. If it's a packed out house,
He's on
they-
fire.
I mean, that joker is no joke when
He
the room
is.
is on,
He
is on
is.
fire. He just that's
He
the way
is.
he is. But if it's just one or two people there, you're like, you don't give them that much energy, that much attention. Okay, talking to strangers. Who's that a strength for? You like walking up to strangers?
I can talk to strangers. My problem was more incorporating the business conversation into it.
I have never, ever, 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 since I've been in this business, 2 years now, talked to a stranger. Now, that's something I need to work on myself. I even thought about doing something to help me with that, maybe because this Jabberjaw said she loves to talk. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go out with her one day and we just bounce off each other until I get comfortable in that area. But that's something that, now I'll talk to them on Facebook all day long. I'll hide behind the inbox. And then once I seal the deal, then we can talk.
Yeah.
But just walking up to them, I haven't done that.
I mean, I
But
talk
that's
to
a
them like
strategy.
if I'm at the cash register or something, or like when I'm ordering something at the deli and they're behind there. Like I was talking to this girl and she was behind there and it was a holiday. I can't remember which one it was. And I said, "What time do you get off tonight?" And she's like, "Oh, I get off at 6, but I said, "Oh, that's good because it's a holiday. You'll make it home." And I think it was Thanksgiving. And she said, "No, but I got to go to my other job at 8. I said, "Really?" I said, "Girl, let me give you a business card." And she looked at it and she's like, "Really? You're a travel?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a travel agent, but there's also an opportunity for you to become your own travel agent." So I just I do that with everybody. I don't have a problem doing that. I just have a problem standing up in
And you
front
don't
of
have to
everybody,
do this.
you
So
know?
that's the thing about it. Just
I have a name badge with vacation on it. This is how bad it is for me. Like that. I can't talk to strangers. I'm used to seeing people naked in the doctor's office. I don't have problems talking to y'all when y'all naked. So I said, I'm gonna get a name tag, so that would make somebody come and say something to me. So I'm standing at McDonald's, I got my name tag on. Sure enough, this man walks up to me and he says, "Hello, vacation." I completely ignored him. Like it was like he was speaking another language. And he tapped me and he said, "I'm talking to you." And I was like, "Oh." And then he started talking about this trip. And I was like, "Oh." And I took all the information from him, but I was like, if he says one more word, I'm gonna pee in my pants. If he doesn't stop talking to me right now, if he just doesn't stop. So I took all this information when I called him later. He was cracking up. He said, "You were turning blue." Because I was talking to you, and I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Well, tell me about vacation." Look, I don't got time for all that right now. We in McDonald's. I got somewhere to be. I'll give you a call. Okay. He was like, "You didn't want to talk to me." And I was like, "No, I didn't. I took that name tag off after I left McDonald's." I can't do it.
But let me say this. That's the perfect example because I don't like talking to strangers either. So what I did, but I am strong with pulling people to me. I'm very good at making people gravitate towards me. That's something I'm really good at. But going to them is not going to happen. So I just created T-shirts, and on the back of them, it said, "Get paid to travel. Ask me how." So people would tap me. Once you tap me and ask me, we can have that conversation. But I just can't go to you and do it. So that's what I did. So I wasn't trying to strengthen my weakness. I just capitalize on what I'm already strong at, which is marketing. That's something I'm strong at. So I promote that side of it hard to make people come to me. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
So instead of trying, because it happened all the time. We're getting these meetings and you hear the leaders saying, you need to do this. You need to go talk out to such and such people. If that's not you, it's not going to happen. You're just going to run through a whole bunch of people and they're going to hate vacation. So, or they're going to end up on somebody else's team because you did a poor job. You got to find out what is it within you that you're good at. And then that's how you approach those individuals. Go ahead.
One thing that I noticed, and again, it like she said, you want to capitalize on your strengths, but at the same time, for me, I want to somewhere try to work on my weakness, because again, if it's a weakness and I don't want to always count on you, I have to do something to try to better myself in that area. So what I found was really good, because again, I don't have a problem talking to people. My thing was trying to incorporate the conversation of vacation. So what I've started to do is I would approach people with my card and say, hey, I'm a travel agent, by the way, if you want to book something. And then I transition into, and by the way, if you know someone that wants to make money from home, give them my number. And what I noticed is at first when I was talking directly to them, they were like shying away. But when I took the pressure off of them, the first thing out their mouth was, oh, I want to make money. So and that's been working awesome. Another thing that's working for us is me and Bridget went shopping to Sam's for the game that we did for the bus ride. And instead of it being maybe an hour that we were supposed to be in there, we were in there for like 3 hours. But when I say we tag teamed and talked to so many people, and that worked well, did it not? We got a great response. I know I've gotten some phone calls back. She's gotten some people calling her back. But again, if you don't just put it all on yourself and find someone that you can partner with and go out there and talk with, like she said, finding someone that may be a little, bring that strength out of you, trust me, it works. It definitely works. And like I said, we had a great day that day. So with you, like you said, you want to partner with somebody that will be like me, will be willing to go talk to people, not the fool, and then somewhere in there throwing vacation. So that was my 2 cents.
We like that. That works into it.
Okay, oh good.
Okay, procrastination. Who put that?
Me. No, that wasn't me.
No, that was Robin, I think.
Who was that a strength for? Because it's not always a bad thing. Because I'm a procrastinator too, but I work better when I'm challenging myself. I feel like when the pressure's on me is when you get better results out of it. So it's not always a bad thing. Even in school, when I take tests, I wouldn't study until the night before. No, and I had a month to study for the exam, but then I would ace it. So if I put a lot of time in something ahead of time, I don't do as well as if I do. I'm a cruncher. So it really depends. It's not always a bad thing. But we procrastinate how? As far as following up, now that's the issue. If this has something to do with following up with your prospect. But it's oh, I'm sorry. That's another thing I need to work on. All them moving around.
Well, I would have gotten a follow-up too when we got there, but that is the issue. But just in general, like, let's say, even getting started with anything, like going through steps, like, I know I need to do this, but I gotta keep putting it off until, it's like, okay, let me do this. But that's me putting the pressure
on yourself.
Since I don't have the external pressure, that's me getting to the same point of putting pressure on myself so that I can get it done. Because like you say, in real life or in other things, jobs, whatever organizations I'm in, I work better in that arena. So if I don't have that, then typically I will let things go until it's just like, okay, let me get this taken care of. Like, but that I do have a fail safe. Like for me, I won't let it go too long. That's the thing. Like I just have this internal thing of like, okay, music, get on it. Like, and that's that pressure that I put on myself. But initially, I will, let things go. So.
Only time I can see that really being a huge, like if you got to put somebody's trip together and you procrastinate, that's an issue. You may miss the deposit or something like that. Or you need to follow up on your prospects and you need to follow up on that day. And you're like, oh, I'll do it the next one and somebody else done got it. And that's an issue. But it can be a huge issue. It just depends on what it is. But definitely as it relates to your clients and prospects, can't procrastinate. Because I don't know if y'all paid attention, so many of us got mutual friends that ain't funny.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is somebody else hitting that inbox. Like me, because I'm in everybody's inbox.
I will look at our mutual friends list, and if I see we have mutual friends, I'm not procrastinating. If I see we don't really have a mutual friend, I still might procrastinate.
Oh, wait a minute.
They might know somebody I know, so you still shouldn't do it, but yeah. Like, oh, let me get on this because she's friends with her. Like
somebody else gonna get it.
But I don't do that. You know, like a lot people have been approaching me that's friends with mutual friends with other people, and I don't. You know.
You don't reach out to them?
I don't.
Why?
I don't know. I just.
Let me tell you why I'm mutual friends with so many people, because I
don't.
requested that friendship. Because you got to build up. Number one, you got to build up your friends list.
Yeah,
There's nothing I'm
definitely.
posting on
But
my
I
page. I don't
don't,
care
like,
what nobody's seeing.
I
So
just
I just
don't do
request
that.
friend. No? You got to do that, honey.
No, I mean, if somebody's friends with somebody, you know, and then they send me a friend request, and sometimes it's a guy or something, I don't even accept their friend request, you know, because I'm like, why are you sending me a friend? You know, I don't know
It could have something to do with vacation.
I don't.
They could have started your.
Well, if they're in vacation, yes, but if they're
You
not,
want the people not in vacation.
I mean, for real.
well, I don't know if they're involved with somebody. You know, I don't want. You know. I mean, that person may be trying to get that person to come in for them or whatever.
But you have control over that.
Maybe,
You don't have control over that. If somebody is,
I mean, and sometimes I find out after the fact that when I friend them that they are friends with somebody, and then it's kind of too late. You know, like.
Listen to me. I have people that have reached out to me personally and said, "I'm friends with this person. I've been watching them, but I like the way you maneuver." I had one just hit me yesterday.
And I had somebody
said,
tell me that too.
So it may be a matter of how you put yourself out there.
Our team that I met out there, and I went when I was looking for a place to stay before I got my place, and I went there and I told Leah about it because it was somebody related to her, somebody with her, that she knew personally, and they told me they liked the way that I presented it, that you know that it wasn't presented it to her, like because I just started talking about it to her, but and I told them, well, you could come on to the meeting, but I told Leah about it, you know.
Which is good, because I'm telling you, anybody hitting my box that mentions anything about anybody else that I know, I'm going to still help them seal the deal, but I'm going to send them that way.
Right, and that's what I mean. That's what I
just
do.
a
I
given.
send it that way. I just don't try to take it from me. That's what I mean. I send them back to that person.
You know, when you spoke about the friend request, I mean, I get that because I'm single. I'm at home by myself. I understand that. But then you have to take off your personal hat and put on your business hat. It's all about business. People want, you know, they send you friend requests. When they start coming at you with stupid stuff,
Unfriend.
That's when you cut
That's
them
right,
off.
and block them.
But you want to, like Twana said, build up your friends because the more you posting about your, you know, going to Florida, going here, going there, more people are gonna see it. It's all about business. And once you take off, I mean, if you want to have a separate personal page, have a separate personal page, but build your page up to the point where you have friends that everybody's watching, and then those friends are friends of friends of friends.
I was about to say it's not a matter of who they know. It's, I mean, who they are. They may have somebody else. Okay, that person went to Leah, but you don't know who's watching that person that may be connected and see you, and they want to come under you. So you're cutting yourself kind of. So.
And one of the other things that I heard was you knew somebody that knew someone else. One of the things that I've learned over all these years is that someone may not resonate with someone else. So there's a reason why they're coming to you. And I understand, you know, you don't want to chop that other person off, but if they're coming to you, there's a reason. Because like in my family, we've been doing different things with network marketing over, you know, years. And I can't get any of my family to come to me, even though I've introduced them to it. Like they'll go to someone else, and I used to be very upset about like, man, they make me sick, you know. But I started learning that a lot of times, you know, you can't be familiar because if they know where you come from, they don't really take to you.
Take you serious.
That's right. Like, right, oh, this is just something else. I know you were saying that, you know, people you will get with if they're going to support you or not. And there's a lot of familiarity. You know, they say that's why Jesus didn't do so well. And that's because he was there. They knew it. You know, so that's just something, you know, you don't always turn back to that person, you know. ask them, you know, oh, what was it about what I said that you enjoyed? So that you can kind of see where your strength is.
And if I could also add, I know someone had mentioned as far as mutual friends. Now, Ivy and I have mutual friends on top of, family and mutual friends. And I know she's been in this business a whole lot longer than I have. So those mutual friends that we have, I know she's already talked to them at least one time.
Right.
And we kind of have this tag team thing going to the point where I'm assuming that she's already talked to somebody, but I'll go ahead and still say something to them. I'll say, well, yeah, Ivy had mentioned that. So then I go to Ivy and say, Ivy, this is what I did. I said this and this. And so we've got actually literally one girl she reached out to in April. Didi has been bouncing between me and Ivy. And I went to Didi last and I said, Didi, it really doesn't matter. We just want you to benefit from this business. So Ivy came to you first, I would want you to sign up with Ivy. But if you don't, if you sign up with me, I'm not gonna be upset. It's just, but we, we bounce back and forth. So, we have mutual friends, but we pretty much feed off of each other. This is what I said to her. This is what, when I did this, this is what she inboxed me about. And then Ivy will follow up. So it's until the deal is sealed.
And another thing, some people are better at reading people than other people are. Like, how can I put it? Like, some people take the same approach with every person they reach out to.
Right.
You have to learn that individual. Even if they're a stranger, you can learn so much from just going back a few months on somebody's timeline. I'm not inboxing anybody till I stalk your page. I need to know what it is. Are you money driven? Or do you like to travel? Are you broke? Are you a hustler? Are you full of drama? Because if you cancerous, I don't even want you on my team. I'm not even gonna reach out to you. But you want to learn that individual so you know how to attack them. You know how to approach them. And once you know how to target them, I can't imagine why it wouldn't go in your favor unless you're talking too much. Because 9 times then you get somebody in front of vacation, they're joining this team. There's no way to lose in this business whatsoever. Either go right off, save money, make money. There's no way to lose unless you're just not approaching them the right way. And sometimes if you already know your family is not going to reach out to you, let's just say, Antonio, I want to reach out to my family and friends. I already know I've been in 3 to 4 different marketing businesses. They're not going to reach out to me. I could reach out to Antonio and say, listen, slowly request these people friendships. Okay, I want them to see, because once they friends with you, they're gonna see we mutuals. 9 times out of 10, you see you got enough mutual friends, they're gonna accept that person's friendship. I know Antonio posts a lot about his business, so they're gonna see his page. Eventually, he could reach out to them for me, and then he could put them right under me, and I could do the same thing for him, for the people that he can't get to. But you gotta work together as a team to try to get these individuals, but you never know that option's available for starters if you're not coming around your people.
Right.
And you're trying to do everything yourself. Just don't try to do everything yourself. Allow other people to help, because some people you're not going to be able to will in just because who you are and the story that they, the picture that they already have painted about you. Okay, there's no change in that. So somebody else has to jump in there and do it. Okay, it needs to be somebody that's really active on that page, y'all. And that's another thing, get your page active. Some of these pages are dead. If somebody needs to go to your page, you need to be clear that you're a travel agent. There should be no doubt in their mind what you do. Okay, they should clearly know that you're a travel agent. Okay, so let's move on from there. Let's skip around. Disorganized, we can, that's an easy fix right there. Just sit with her for about an hour. She's very organized, but that is one, because I'm very disorganized. I am. But it's not that big of an issue for me to really focus on trying to fix it, honestly. I find another way around it. Chaos may work for some people. It works for me. But if you're disorganized to the point where you can't meet the needs of your clients, or you can't follow up on your prospects, then that's an issue. So if that's what it is, then you need to find somebody to help you get organized. Somebody within here that's already organized. But if it's just something like you want to have a nice, pretty calendar, or your papers neat or something like that, in my opinion, it's not a big enough of an issue. If you're still getting the job done, then it's all, what it says, a million ways to skin a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Ways to skin a cat.
We're gonna skip around. Any particular one y'all wanna say? Letting go after they say no. You put that one, right? That's a really good one. I don't mind waiting. I'm a very patient person. I like to indirectly recruit people. You tell me no, but how can I put it?
You know, let them watch it.
I'm gonna let them watch me. I love making people gravitate to me, and I will patiently wait a year if I got to. It doesn't matter. But I already know I studied this person. I know what to post. I go on my news feed and I'm looking to see what they're posting. If they're always talking about my husband, I love my husband, blah, 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 we need to do all this. Guess what I'm posting on my page? Travel, romantic getaways, and couples working together. I love to see couples working together. I just did that the other day because I saw that on somebody's timeline. But you got to know how to get that person. Somebody you really want, you can do it indirectly just by your post and stop all that recruit and join my team stuff. They see it all the time. Okay, y'all got me? But you don't ever have to let go unless you get a flat out no. You could tell a flat out no. They say stop bothering me. If they say stop bothering me, then leave it alone. Or they just avoiding you like the plague or something like that. But just respect that they can't do it right now. Yeah. But the proof is in the pudding. They see you posting all the time, and eventually they'll come aboard. Okay.
My last 3 partners I exposed over 6 months ago. That in the last week and a half, those 3 partners were exposed over 6 months ago.
The guy that I'm working with now, he's flat out told me. He said, "I've been watching you for about a year." He said, "I just want to see if you're gonna quit."
Wow, and that could be it too. They're just testing you to see where you're gonna go with it.
Yep. So they just testing you to see if you're gonna stick with it.
Stay consistent.
That also goes for people that have been in other network marketing things. People watch you for consistency. If you're, you know what I'm saying? Because people contact me on my Facebook page because I'm consistent, and you can go 2 years or 2.5 years back. It's still see vacation.
And what I do, and like, let's say I have partners that, and this is for people that have teams already. If you know you have a team member just flat out just doesn't post on Facebook about their business, but yet at the same time they're complaining because they can't grow, create posts and tag them all. My people who I know is not going to post, you're going to at least see me all over their page. I'm not recruiting on their page. It's stuff general. I will never put anything on there about with my link on it or anything like that. It's something about vacation that would attract people on their page so that they can get hits in their inbox. Okay? They may not realize that's what I'm doing, but you have to load your page. And we got to do that training together with Hootsuite because I did it yesterday. So if we have time at the end, I'll tell you, I go to my page and look. But I was so busy yesterday on my work, I didn't have time to post on Facebook. But folks inboxing me because they think I'm, I got free time. I'm playing on Facebook, but that's my app doing it. It took me 45 minutes to create 2 days worth of posts. And my app posts for me for 2 days. Schedule them out. Every 2 hours it posts. So there's ways to do it so that your page will still look like you're interested in your business. If you're posting once a day, do you think that your prospect think that you're serious about your business? Especially when you post once a day and you're sharing memes, whatever you call them things, that have nothing to do about your business. That shows that that's more important than your business. So why would they join your team? Because they're going to feel like they're not going to get the support. Okay, they're going to be in somebody else's inbox.
And can I just add to that as far as you're talking about Facebook posts, because it's something I learned from her that I can honestly say has helped me a lot. And again, when you think people are not watching you, they're watching you. Promise you they are, because I've had several people reach out to me that I've known for years, and they told me, but don't post negative. Don't vent. Don't put all your business out there. Let your post be positive, motivating, inspirational. Even and if you just talk, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, don't always do it as a business post. Do it as a personal, because what I get a lot from people is, I've seen your growth I've seen you change from venting and arguing and cussing, because I'm good for that, to now it's like I look at your page every morning to see what you're gonna help me through in the day. And to me, that is so fulfilling for me as a person, because it makes you feel good to know that you actually helped a stranger.
Yeah.
I've always believed in a smile can change someone's day. I've had experiences where I've had people tell me on the phone on my job, you helped me from killing myself. Literally, I had a woman tell me that. I had the gun in my hand, I was about to kill myself, because you sat there and listened to me with an open ear and you gave me good feedback. She literally called back and told someone else, hey, tell Miss Oliver I said thank you, she saved my life. So you just never know how you're affecting someone, even through a post on Facebook, and you know everybody's on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So stay positive, stay motivating, and if you got a vent to
Call
your sister.
somebody.
Yeah, call somebody,
Have a vent partner.
or type it up and then delete it, because sometimes it's just you got to get it out.
A bit part of somebody to call. Who was that? Someone said, but anyway, Nyasha reached out to me one time because I had one a couple days. You know, I just had a baby. Couple days I really wasn't posting like I normally would. And another thing was I wasn't at Wells Fargo anymore. So what I would do, that my drive to Wells Fargo was really my only time to myself. It's just something about when you're in that car, the juices get to flowing.
Yeah.
And when I would get to work, I would sit in the parking lot and I would create a motivational post. Whatever was on my heart at that moment, I would do in the morning. And one day, Nyasha reached out to me and she said, I miss your post. But you don't even realize, people, because you may only get 1 or 2 likes on it. You don't even realize that really that was me motivating myself on my page. And then you feed off the energy of people when they say thank you. But then for somebody to reach out to you and say, I missed your post, I'm like, wow, people are actually looking out
That's
for
right.
Exactly. Like that. So, and the same thing with your events. I would never reach out to somebody and hit them in their inbox about joining their business and they complaining on Facebook all the time.
That's right.
And it don't have to be about your business. It could be about anything. Like just about the traffic, just traffic getting on my nerves, or just anything negative. Just stay positive at all times. Because some people will join your business just because they want to be around that positivity. It may not even be about making money. They just trying to clean up their circle.
That's right.
And they want to be around like-minded people. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We hit on this one. This is big for me, self-motivation. If you don't have any, be around somebody who does.
That's right.
It'll what's the word for it?
Gravitate you.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
That IMB in the morning.
Oh,
Y'all should
please
jump
get
on
on
She's
that.
big on that.
Oh my
one.
God,
I'm
I'm
still
so
big
big
on
on
that.
If you need something to help to get you motivated, I'm self-motivated. But that IMB is powerful and it's every day.
And it starts your day off wonderful. I would literally go to work, make sure everything was done, my coffee was there, and my notebook was right there in front of me. And I don't care what's going on around me. Don't talk to me for 15 minutes. And if I miss the 15 live call, I promise you before lunchtime, I got my notepad. And I think actually the playback is better because you may want to rewind on something, because I take notes. I'm a note taker. I would sit there and I promise you my day, I used to go to work. She was my manager. I used to bitch and complain and cry and be mad, literally mad. Like I hated my job and I would be mad every day. And once I got in this, like she said, that personal development, that self-motivation, that inspiration, that changed my whole outlook on so many things. And I go to work. Hi, good morning.
William Thurston did a training on that just last week
Uh-huh.
on
Listening to something.
listening to something in the morning to start your day.
Yes.
That frames your
Yes,
day.
it does.
The training is actually in our group. You
It's
put it
on the
our Success Lab.
page.
The training is on. It's powerful, and it's important the types of things you're feeding yourself. What are you feeding your mind? What are you doing to personally develop yourself? Especially in the morning.
Okay, when you're not a morning person, you don't want to get up, you're in traffic and you're mad and this and that. That could change.
You
your
start
whole
off
day.
cranky, your day is wrapped.
It's done.
Okay.
It's done.
That's another good one.
Follow through.
Follow through. I mean, that will tie in with procrastination.
Okay.
Asking for help.
Fear the unknown.
Yeah, asking for help, honey. That I was well for me. That's a big one. That was a big one for me too, only because the way I was raised. You know, I'm the oldest, and they figured they always said, "TT, you got it." So if I ever, that's why I never like asked anybody for anything, only because I knew my parents always gonna say, "TT, you got it." No, but if my brother and sister asked, they got it. So I just grew up with that mindset of, okay, I'm gonna do it myself because I can't depend on nobody else. So it was always hard to ask. This come to me because this is my first network marketing thing, has totally broken me out of that. If I need help with something, I'm gonna ask. Now, this one here used to tell me over and over, Tawana, you can't do it all yourself. What you need help with? But I have trust issues because I feel like even for coming from management, even if I delegate something to you, I'm still responsible for it because I trusted you to do it.
Right.
So it's easy to delegate something, but if you don't trust a person, I just feel like if I do it, then I can blame myself for it. But if you pass it on to somebody else, it's kind of hard. So that one right there is a weakness for me too. I'm getting better at it, so I really can't speak on that. But if anybody's stronger in that area and you feel comfortable, trusted, passing it on, then you can speak on it.
Well, just to go on that one, that will go with, like you said, the fact finding the person that has that strength. For instance, I've done a couple of bus rides, and my experience is if you don't partner with the right person that's going to be just as responsible as you, organize as you, do what they need to do, it's going to be a mess. So one of my first ones, it was somewhat of a mess because one person wasn't doing what they're supposed to, and the other two were. My last bus ride with this young lady back here, I could work with her all day, any day, every day, because she's going to do what's required. I don't have to check on her like a child. So it's a matter of who you partner up with. Again, like she said in the beginning, find that person that can pick up on the strength that you don't have. And I'm glad to see that you finally delegated.
One of the people God gave me. In addition, I have others all over that have strength. Tasha's partnered with us and helping us with different things that I'm not strong in. That doesn't stop me from doing my job or conducting my business. Absolutely. I just hone in on the strengths of others, and together we do our thing.
Teamwork.
Another thing, because at 1 o'clock we're gonna start the vision thing. But let me tell you one thing here. Oh, go ahead. So I'm gonna talk about Sunday. We're total opposites, but we work so well together. And those three-way calls, y'all. I should have broke that one on there. Again, like I told y'all, I'm a perfectionist. Just knowing that there's a third party sitting there listening to me while I'm talking with their prospect drives me insane. I mean, I'm doing it now, but that's just something that was hard for me. Now, if you tell me to call your partner and we having a one-on-one, they gonna sign. We're gonna do that because they're more open. They don't have a lot of times when you have your friend on that three-way call, they're not gonna tell you they broke because they're embarrassed. They're not gonna get as personal as they would if it's just me and a stranger on the phone. So that was the approach I took. So now I'm getting into better at. Actually, the first one I did, you can tell Jamal. Jamal called me to do a three-way for him, and I did. And I couldn't tell him I'm gonna do a two-way. Normally with my team, I call their person, and they're gonna join the business. But sorry. I called that particular person, but Jamal's the first one I actually let stay on the phone. I did one experience before, and the person was talking. The business partner was doing all that yap, and I'm like, this is a three-way. You need to just be quiet. So that kind of burnt me after that. But stick with them three ways. They're really good. You want to get strong in that area. She is a killer at them. So I'm just listening to her. She has the best three-way I've ever heard. But I just learned from her, and I try to structure. I can't do it verbatim like she does, but I know what to start with. Tell my story. Find out what that person is interested in at the very beginning, so you know where to take that call. So I'm getting better at it. So I know my business inside out. I'm really good at rebuttals. I'm a collector. So bill collector for years. So rebuttals is something I'm just strong at, but I just prefer that one-on-one interaction. But I am working on three ways. It's not that you can't do them. A lot of times, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. Just knowing somebody sitting there critiquing me, listening. But the only way you're gonna learn, duplicate yourself or coach your team to do them is if you do them, right?
Yeah. Remember that next time I call you.
Learning. Okay, so we're gonna. Is there one y'all want to touch on before I do these last?
Fear of the unknown and second guessing. That's your cousin Michelle that put those two up there.
Which one?
Fear of the unknown and second guessing herself.
Second guessing herself. Fear of the unknown.
I think that goes hand in hand with somewhat believing in yourself and who was the other one? Not knowing the business, because if you, again, for the newer people that come in, like I said in the beginning, I didn't know how to rebut because I didn't know the business. So I think that the first thing you need to do is really know your business so that you'll feel that confidence with yourself to, number one, rebut, or to know how to explain the little bit you need to explain in order to pique the interest.
Yeah. all of them, the one he put up, it's gonna tie into
Saying too much.
saying too much. Believing in yourself is gonna come once you get that confidence about your business. But the only way you're gonna get that confidence is hearing your upline talk. You're gonna learn from them. So stop talking so much, just pique their interest. And the reason why people don't know how to pique interest, because they're not learning their prospect first. You're using the same approach on every single person. Take the time to learn the person before you attempt to pique their interest. Even if it's a stranger, you can tell by the car they driving. Wait and talk to them when you see them going in their car. You see what kind of car they have. You see what they look like. I mean, you can learn a lot from a person by just taking that time to profile them, yeah. Doing that. But the fear of the unknown, I don't really know what to speak on it. That's everybody's pretty much has that fear of the unknown. That's just gonna come with taking risks, challenging yourself and just jumping out on faith and doing different things. And once you see that level of success, then that'll no longer be a fear.
So when I deal with that, because I self-diagnosed as agoraphobia, which means you can't come outside, you can't walk outside. Yeah, schedule. I would just schedule something with myself, like go to the mall tomorrow at such and such. And I have to
keep doing it.
I mean, just keep forcing myself to do it. Even like now, tomorrow I leave for Doha, Qatar. But I had to, I'm still working my way through it. It's like travel anxiety. It's like I'll shut down and I might not be on the plane, but I know I'm going. I have to it's a list on the wall. Do this, do that, until I don't get out the door.
All right.
But you're making it known, so.
But that's a good method.
Not there. That's a really good.
That's a good method. I've noticed.
But again, you're capitalizing on your strength. You're organized, so you're.
But I wrote disorganized on there.
How are you disorganized? That sounds real organized. What you
My
doing?
stuff is still in the floor. I ain't packed yet.
That don't mean it's not
organized.
That don't mean it's not organized. It's organized for your life.
But is it on your list of things to do? So then you're organized. It's just a matter of getting it done. It's not that you're disorganized.
If you're accomplishing your goal, it's organized. How you go about to get it may be organized for your life. It may be disorganized for somebody else, but it's organized for you. So long as you get to the end result,
I want to settle down in my head.
Well, how do you that don't sound disorganized?
It sure don't.
Okay. All right. Highly successful people are extremely self-reliant. They accept complete responsibility for themselves and everything that happens to them. Y'all listen to this. They look to themselves as the source of their successes, as the main cause of their problems and difficulties. When things aren't moving along as fast as they want, they ask themselves, what is it in me that is causing this problem? They refuse to make excuses or to blame people. Instead, they look for ways to overcome obstacles and make progress. Now, y'all, that is powerful to me. Mainly what I want to tell you is when I first came into this business, a lot of times the person that brings you in may not be the person that you end up, I guess, being mentored by. I could have easily, when I first came in this business, all I was focused on was that travel. But the person brought me into the business didn't care about that travel side. It was just the building side. I could have easily quit just then. But I knew that this was my business. If you have a mentor, that's just luck. At the end of the day, it's your business. You got to do what you have to do to grow it. If you have to grow it by yourself, then you're cashing those checks by yourself. So you shouldn't be waiting on somebody to call you and mentor you. You should be calling your mentor for starters. I can't stand when I see people say, my mentor not supporting me, my upline not supporting me. They're not supposed to. They blessed you with that business. That's it. You have to do what you have to do to get to that next level. Now, if you happen to have a leader or somebody on your upline that loves working with people, then you lucked up. But go around the wrap around. It doesn't have to be that person that personally brought you in. It doesn't have to be the person even on your team. It could be somebody on another team that can help you grow your business. But basically, take accountability for yourself. Okay? Now, last thing.
Absolutely.
Yes, that should be our vacation slogan. But what is it in me that is causing it? I ask myself that so many times, y'all. Like, why I got to, it's something, it's like in me, I'm competitive.
What am I missing?
If there's no contest or something like that, I'm like, what am I missing? I'm like, I'm missing a competition. Now, my team, they all happy because they getting money for it. That's how I got the international. I said, I gotta have a competition. That's what I need to do. If I'm not competing, I just can't do it. That's just who I am. I love a challenge. So I put a contest in place for getting to national. For me, it wasn't the money part of it. So I paid my nationals $200 to get there. I needed 3 people to get to national. I created one with my husband's leg, and I had 2 more people get there. So I paid them $200 for reaching that level, but I got to hit that international level and keep it. It's one thing to hit it, but you got to hit it and keep it and stay there. So you got to think about what is it within you that's going to help you grow. What are you powerful at? What are you strong at? And let that lead you to the next level. Don't try to be like the next man. We can't be a William Thurston. You know, some of you may be if that's it, but I can't go up in the gym talking to everybody because I'm not talking to strangers. I can't jump up and go when I leave because I have a family. I can't duplicate him. All I can do is if he said he's going to recruit 15 people that month, I can recruit 15. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to take your advice as far as how to speak to them to make sure I'm not talking too much or whatever I need to do, but I'm not walking out talking to strangers because I'll be focused. Too much of my time will be focused on trying to build myself up instead of capitalizing on my strength, which is social media. Y'all got me? Mm-hmm. Okay, 3 more slides and that's it. Specialization. This could go, it doesn't just have to be your business, but it could be just life in general. No one can be all things to all people. A jack of all trades also is a master of none. Specialization is the key. Men and women who are successful have a series of general skills, but they also have 1 or 2 areas where they have developed the ability to perform in an outstanding manner. Look deeply into yourself. Analyze yourself from every point of view. Rise above yourself and look at your lifetime of activities and accomplishments in determining what your area of specialization could be or should be. I was guilty of this first one. I always try to do everything. Mm-hmm. But what I had to realize is that, like, for example, flyers. I have no patience, y'all. Like Tasha back there, she does some awesome flyers. But if I'm sitting there right now and I need a flyer right now, it drives me crazy to know I got to send it to somebody and wait to get it back. Because I have no patience at all. But my skill set is technology. I love it. So if you give me a video or you give me a job aid or something like that, I'm going to figure out how to do it because that's what I'm strong at. I wasn't strong at doing flyers. My strength is technology. That's it. So I know if I find an app or I find some templates or I find something out there, I can do my own flyers to make it work. And the reason why I mention this is because stop putting out crappy work, y'all. It's a reflection of you. Please, if that's you're basically trying to strengthen your weakness. Stop it. If you're not tech savvy, you're not computer savvy, find somebody who is and pay them to do it. Or partner with somebody because maybe you need them to do all your calls for you. You do all their flyers, you do all their calls if you're strong at that. Y'all trade off somehow. But your flyers represent you. If they look a hot mess, so is your business. That's all they see is that flyer. So stop it. Oh, yeah, okay, so don't do that. Like, girl, I don't know who does your, whatever it's just amazing. Your photography and all of it, you do it all?
We both do it together.
You and
a lot
your
of them, it's me on my phone. I just figure out how to use it.
Your app does all your pictures that y'all do?
Oh, you mean the photos?
Like your
together?
Flyers and your
the flyers and stuff, like, yeah, I make them on my phone.
On your phone.
But we have a friend who's a photographer who takes like our
pictures. They're beautiful. They look like, I mean, your representation is perfect.
It is.
It's very
It
nice.
is.
It's very professional. It's clean.
Mhm.
And when you look at your, like, I seen you on Facebook, when you look at your page, you just see, I don't know, it's just so positive, and just seeing you two together, you can't help but gravitate to that. So just keep doing what you're doing, and your team is gonna grow. Definitely, but people hungry for that. You got so many people who are single, they want that life, or they may be trying to rekindle their romance. Like, okay, maybe we get into this travel business, we'll spend more time together, we get to travel more and all that. So it's gonna work out. But you have a powerful page, honey. Y'all just awesome. You're welcome. Okay, so specialization, it also goes to travel, you all. Master something. If it's cruises, group cruise, stop bouncing all over the place. 1 minute you're doing weddings, the next minute you're doing cruises, next minute, just, if you're gonna be group cruises or cruises, what is it, one they got going on now? You doing cruising for a cause. That's a great niche. And it goes well with her and Erica, traveling for a cause. Because Erica has the nonprofit. So, I mean, that's perfect for her. But try to, I don't know, get strong in one area before you're bouncing all over. Just specialize in one area, okay? Before you're all over the place. Differentiation basically is you must decide what you're going to do to be not only different, but also better than your competitors in the field. Remember, you have to be good in only one specific area to move ahead of the pack, okay? What that basically means is that same thing I said with William Thurston. He may go to LA Fitness and recruit 15 people. I may do it on Facebook to recruit 15 people. But I promise you, if you perfect whatever it is that you're doing, build up that strength instead of trying to force yourself to talk to people on the street, you'll pass them every time. Look at Chad Thompson, social media all day long. He recruits totally on social media. He had more years in the game, of course, but that's what he recruits, social media. And now once you making money like that, your confidence is so solid, you can walk up to strangers with no problem. You just look and smell like money. It's different, but he started with just social media. You can reach more people that way than word of mouth than out on the street. And you must decide what the area should be. I underlined that because I just feel like a lot of people try to be too much like somebody else instead of developing themselves and using your strengths to get you there. It's just that you're just going to keep going in circles trying to do it like somebody else do. We're all different and we're all going to have a different approach. Okay, so just again, find it within you, whatever it is within you, capitalize that strength and try to reach that same goal, but use your own style. Okay. I'm kind of long with it, I know, but one more thing. It was a young lady, she was at one of these meetings and she was telling me that her own friends that she was talking to on a daily basis, once she started calling about the business, they just won't answer no more because they know what she's calling about. My advice to her, I asked her, I said, so what are you saying? I was like, well, you sound like you're talking about business. I said, these are people close to you. They're your friends. I said, you should be easily be able to call that person and say, hey girl, hey, what's going on? I'm coming to pick you up. You got to see this. You got to take control when it's your friends. They're used to you being so laid back and cool, and all of a sudden, I got this opportunity I want you to see. They're going to shut down. It's a given. But you got to say, girl, you and your boo would love this. Y'all always going somewhere. I know money ain't an issue, but shoot, you could be giving that to little Ray, your daughters, or whatever you want to say. But it has to be personal on a friend level. You cannot change who you are when you call your friends, because they're going to shut down. And you only get one time to reach out to them. So when you're talking to your friends and family, be who you are. Be that same person when you reach out to them, just to get their ear, okay? That's it. To determine where you can apply yourself. Concentration. Once you have decided the area in which you are going to specialize, how you are going to differentiate yourself, and where in the marketplace you can best apply your strengths, your final job is to concentrate all of your energy on becoming excellent there to give yourself the highest possible return on energy expended. So basically, all the energy that you have, you need to apply it towards things that's going to produce revenue, right? So at the beginning, somebody told me, you stop trying to study everything, stop trying to learn everything because you're not making no money. Say, earn while you learn while you earn. At the same time, have that money coming while you're learning. And the only way I was going to be able to do that was to have Mr. Thurston do my presentations, and me fill up the room so those checks will come. If I would have sat there a year watching him do a presentation so that I could do it myself, where would I be now, you know? So learn and earn at the same time. Okay, now this is my favorite video. Y'all probably done seen it. So we're gonna end it on this one. I love it to death. It makes me cry.
I bet you're the one I think it is.
Every time I see
love
it. It's when you want to succeed as bad as you want
to breathe.
So definitely this. And that'll be it. Let's start traveling.
Oh, you think you got the touch screen?
There will never be a point in your time in your life.
Yep, I love this video. Yeah, this is
where it's the
powerful.
right time to do a great thing. If you're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect timing, it's not going to happen. You know what you have to do? You have to create the perfect time and the perfect opportunity and the perfect situation. So a lot of people become comfortable. They stop growing. They stop wanting anything. They become satisfied. People getting ready to go to jobs that they don't like. Jobs that are making them sick. You see, when you're not pursuing your goal, you are literally committing spiritual suicide. When you have some goal out here that you're stretching for and reaching for that takes you out of your comfort zone, you'll find out some talents and abilities you have that you didn't know you have. When the messenger of misery visits you, what are you going to do? What will keep you in the game? There are things that you think you'll never need to know, that you may only need to know one time in your life, but that could save your life because you have that knowledge. Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. What is it that you looked at some point in time and you decided that you couldn't do it, that you talked yourself out of it? You're waiting on your next door neighbor to make it happen for you. It may not happen. If you're waiting on your mother or your father, they may be so ancient in their thinking that they don't understand this opportunity that you have. And if you're waiting on them, it may never get done. You don't beg average people to be phenomenal. You don't beg good people to be phenomenal. You just are phenomenal and you will attract phenomenal. What reason can you remember that you can call on, that you can reach on, that can make you get back up? Find that reason. If you're not where you are, if you're not where you want to be, if you don't have what you want to have, if you're not where you think you should be in this particular place, it has nothing to do with the system, but it has everything to do with the fact that you're not making the sacrifice.
Okay.
I want you to make that dream become a reality, because if you don't, you will be working for somebody else to make their dreams become a reality. Everybody is against you or don't believe in you no more. And let me tell you something, that's a lonely feeling. It's a lonely feeling, particularly people that you're doing it for. Most people take their greatness, take their ideas to the graveyard with them. Listen to me, if it was easy, everybody would do it. There are people right now who are working who don't want to work. There are people who hate their jobs, they keep getting up to do it. The wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, we will find inventions that we never, ever were exposed to. Ideas, dreams that never became reality. Hopes and aspirations that were never acted upon.
Question is, what are you going to do with your time?
Okay.
What drives you? Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
When things don't work out for you, when things happen that you could not anticipate, what are the reasons that you can think of?
that can keep you strong. You will never ever be successful until you turn your pain into greatness, until you allow your pain to push you from where you are to push you to where you need to be. Stop running from your pain and embrace your pain. Your pain is going to be a part of your product, a part of your product. I challenge you to push yourself. See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there at a low level. But it calls on everything in you. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. I mean, that's what you did last week at the top. Today is the only important day. There are 86,400 seconds in the day, and how you use those are critical. You got 86,400 this day, and what you do today is going to seep into who you are. Nobody's going to talk about what you did last week. That the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. There's an old African proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. You have this opportunity of a lifetime. It means absolutely nothing if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of this opportunity. I got a saying that when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight, to work day and night for, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential, as opposed to saying no. When you die on E. Leave no dream left behind, God. Leave no opportunity left behind. When you leave this earth, accomplish every single thing you can accomplish. Listen to me, you're going to be here one day, but you'll never get here if you give up, if you give in, if you quit. And finally, guys, you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to read.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
I love it. She give me chills.
Ooh, man, me too. Jesus.
Y'all learn a little something today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of something.
All right, so I guess we can break for a couple minutes, get water, eat a little something, and start making these boards.
Thank you, Tawana.
Good job.
Signing out, y'all. Yeah. I'm not that shy anymore.
Oh.